Welcome, everyone. We'll meditate for a few minutes while people are settling in. Wake up bell. Anyone new to Dharma Bumps? Welcome. Anyone new to meditation? Is anyone new to meditation practice?
Very new.
Yeah. What is meditation? So in Zen meditation, we're looking at breathing, body, and awareness. Breathing, body. Everyone? Breathing, everyone? Who is breathing? So breathing and body have a seamless relationship. Breathing continuously moving, inhaling completely, exhaling. Yet something sudden happens, we're driving and a car pulls in front of us, what happens to our breathing? Or someone shouts. So there's a close interrelationship between breathing and our state of mind, emotion. And the breathing, part of training in our meditation practice is really returning to our natural form of breathing. Natural form of breathing, everyone remembers, I'm sure, like at age 2, right? 2-year-olds, how do 2-year-olds breathe? There's diaphragmatic breathing from the belly still. Pretty quickly that shifts. Our breathing gets higher, more superficial, uneven a little bit sometimes. So introduction to meditation practices, we're working with moving through these energetic blocks in our breathing. So we're fully inhaling and fully exhaling, and our abdomen is totally relaxed and yet firm at the same time. So in our essentially surfing the present moment with our awareness through our breathing and our body awareness. So everything that arises, thoughts, feelings, emotions, sounds, like the sound of the airplane. In our normal consciousness, like daily consciousness, where you're constantly sorting things out, liking, disliking, jumping into something, or pushing something away. In meditative state of awareness, we're just allowing everything just to arise and fall away. Sounds easy, yeah? Not jumping in, making the shopping list, or what am I going to do tomorrow, or something happened last week, talking to so-and-so, big drama story, I'm going to do it different next time. Of course, none of that ever works, but we're just dropping all of that. So basic method is totally breathing, totally exhaling. Any question? Comment? Eyes open, eyes closed. Good. Eyes open, eyes closed. Eyes open. Eyes closed. And nice sleep. Eyes closed, mostly we fall asleep. Or we get very wrapped up in some seemingly interior thoughts, feelings, and things. So you want to stay very present. Eyes just open a tiny bit, like gazing down. So you're gazing, we're not focusing, just gazing. Wide gaze. Spacious, wide gaze, slightly closed. If one has a really big horizon vista, like at the ocean or in the mountains, one can also look over into where you have a 50 or 100-mile view. That's also a good practice sometimes. Mostly we don't have that, so just kind of gazing at a blank surface is good. So I'll sit again for a few minutes. Awake? Asleep? Relaxed?
Awake.
Awake? How's the driving? Why? Just, the navigating? Any questions about meditation? Anyone? Yeah.
What do you think about breath counting? I do that sometimes if my mind is particularly busy and it helps me settle down. Do you ever use that?
Yeah, I'm up to 5 million. If it's understood correctly, it's useful. So in Zen practice, sometimes it's just talked about to counting the breath meditation. This is different than numbering. Okay? I mean, and really, it's kind of like training wheels on a bicycle, It's okay. But really you can, it's like one complete inhale, exhale, like this one. And then the next one. One. You don't have to go 2, 3, 4, 5. And instead of counting the breath, we're breathing the count. In Zen view, breathing the count. We don't want to add an extra layer. Does that make sense?
It's a distraction.
Yeah, and really, again, in the beginning, or when one's very distracted, that's okay. Also very helpful then also to put more emphasis on posture, and centered in belly breathing, hand posture, eyes slightly open. It's the the chatterbox also then calms down.
What exactly do you suggest for posture?
Hmm?
What exactly do you suggest for posture?
Oh, lines, couch potato, no, that doesn't work either. Posture, so in Buddhist, and more than just Buddhism, it goes back to ancient cultures. Early, little yogic figures from civilization we know nothing about, from now in South Pakistan, Mohenjo-daro, it's like 5,000 BC, people were sitting this way. It's also universal. You find in Mesoamerica and Mayan figures sitting this way. So, what is it about this? So it's called, in Buddhism, they call the 7-pointed posture of Vairochana Buddha. Vairochana Buddha is like the cosmic symbol of the cosmic Buddha mind. The posture is then has 7 points. I can get all 7 correct here. So basically, it's sitting, cross-legged or sitting so. Knees are on the ground, spine is erect. Tongue is on the roof of the mouth. Mouth is closed. Breathing through the nose, inhaling, exhaling. Eyes, 45-degree angle, facing down. Hands on over the navel area, one way or another, different mudras. I went to 7. Arms, it's like they say, very relaxed. So if you had an egg under each arm, you wouldn't be dropping them or squishing them. Right? Just very, the whole posture is very relaxed. We're not stiff like a statue. So what's the point of the posture is we don't really think about it. We're so habituated to just moving and walking and doing stuff, right? But what really is the optimal balanced posture with this human body in space and time and in gravity? What's the optimum harmonious posture? So that's what we're exploring, the perfect balanced point of posture. It gives the least stress to the body and the most fluidity to the energetics of the body. Usually we don't really get a really strong taste of this until we do, I think a few people here have, maybe a couple anyway, 7-day or 10-day retreat. And then I guarantee you, if your posture is off, by the second day, that tiny area you're off in will be screaming out. And you don't have to adjust, a bit, and then it'll be knee pain, shoulder pain. But you get in the right balance point, and it's just like, it's very fluid and balanced.
The imagery I use is, I'm sure you've seen those stacked stones. That's what I imagine my spine being. And the more in line you are, the less your muscles have to keep you in that position. For example, if you try to stack rocks off center, you're going to have to hold them there. But if you stack them upright, then that allows your body to do other things.
Say, karma is posture. So, our position in relationship to everything. How we receive and how we extend ourselves is centered in our posture. This is like on all levels, not just physical posture, but our awareness posture, our emotional posture, and our physical posture is all one thing. You can hand these out. We have a little bit of time. This is Hakuin's called Song of Zazen. I'd like to read through a little bit. Yeah, how many? So we'll just read through a little bit of this. So the first, this is by, it's called Hakuin's Song of Zazen, Zazen Masang by Hakuin Kaku. 17th, 18th century great Zen teacher in Japan, Hakuin. Rabbi Roshi was founder of the Diamond Sangha in Hawaii. Zen teacher there translated this. All beings by nature are Buddha, as ice by nature is water. Apart from water, there is no ice. Apart from beings, there is no Buddha. How sad that people ignore the near and search for truth afar, like someone in the midst of water crying out in thirst, like a child of a wealthy home wandering among the poor. So this is just very kind of imagery, you know. So all beings by nature are Buddha. Ice by nature is water. Apart from water, there's no ice. Apart from beings, there is no Buddha. So meaning, apart from our own inner, our own inner Buddha, our own inner awareness, there is no other Buddha nature. Buddha nature then is something intrinsic. Sometimes it's in Zen or in traditions, I'll use the term the unborn mind. So what's the unborn mind? The unborn mind is the mind that never born, never dies. So central in our awareness is that essential awareness that has the continuity, all-encompassing. So again, how sad that people ignore the near and search for truth afar, like someone in the midst of water crying out in thirst, like a child of a wealthy home wandering among the poor. You know, sort of like fish looking for water. So close, we look over it, it's closer than the tip of our nose. This present moment. You know, so it's really in this magic of the present moment is Buddha nature. Our pristine mind, our essential heart mind in this present moment. Lost on dark paths of ignorance, we wander through the 6 worlds. From dark path to dark path we wander. When shall we be free from birth and death? For this, the Zazen of the Mahayana deserves the highest praise. Offerings, precepts, paramitas, nembutsu, atonement, practice, and many other virtues all rise within Zazen, or Zen meditation. Those who try Zazen even once wipe away immeasurable crimes. Where are all dark paths then? Pure Land itself is near. Those who hear this truth even once and listen with a grateful heart, treasuring it, revering it, gain blessings without end. Much more if you turn yourself about and confirm your own self-nature. That self-nature is no nature. You are far beyond mere argument. So again, Zen language is kind of paradoxical sometimes. You know? So self-nature, you know, again, self-nature is our essential Buddha nature. But it's only in our giving up of our limited self that we discover this essential Buddha nature. So here we say that means like self-nature is no nature. It doesn't mean it's nothing. It means that we have to step beyond what's limited in our ego-bound view. The oneness of cause and effect is clear. Not 2, not 3, the path is put right with form that is no form. Going and coming never astray, with thought that is no thought, singing and dancing are the voice of the law, or the voice of the Dharma. Boundless and free is the sky of Samadhi. Samadhi means one-pointed meditative awareness. Bright, the full moon of wisdom. Truly, is anything missing now? Nirvana is here before your eyes. This very place is the lotus land. This very body, the Buddha. So again, back to the beginning. All beings by nature are Buddha, as ice by nature is water. Apart from water, there is no ice. Apart from beings, there is no Buddha. Any comment?
How would you go about going beyond the ego?
Where is the ego?
In the mind?
No, where?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
I know I have one.
In simple things, we let go all the time. You know, it's like one Zen teacher from long ago said, we wouldn't be able to stand up out of the chair unless we let go of sitting in the chair. And then we then walk, we then get on the bicycle or in the car. We're constantly in flux. There's continuous dynamic arising of a new self and the falling away of an old one. The hook or the problem is that we fabricate this thing that we carry along for the ride. Yeah? Who has a past? Past? Anyone? Memories? Where is this past? And we all do this. This is the human condition. So we've tied this bundle together. And we, of course, we remember everything perfectly from the past, right? And then, I forgot about that. Change everything again. And in the future, we're projecting all these things were going to happen. And this all ties together, and this is self. Yet, in the actual practice of the day, we're constantly giving up this thing itself and reconfiguring it constantly, all day long. So we become more in tune with this with our meditation practice. We become more fluid and less hooked by this tendency to fabricate or make this notion of this very solid sense of identity. So slowly we get a little more flexibility as we can engage our meditation practice more thoroughly, then we get a little more fluidity and this, a little more bandwidth.
So that notion of a solid sense of identity is what's kind of restricting.
Seems like. Very strong cravings and aversions. But is it in the objects or is it in the sub? It's on this side for the most part. So as these lose their grip, and get a little more wiggle room, we get less caught by things as they arise that grab us, we get more
Acceptance of how things are.
Yeah, more in the moment, accepting things as they are is moves through them. We don't run away from them, we move through things, which then kind of leads to say in Tibetan Dzogchen, they self-liberate. And things like, we've all had this experience, at least in small ways. It's like, something may have been dragging us for a long time, maybe years even, and all of a sudden something happens, and it's like, why was I doing that? All that, it's just like, vanished like a puff of smoke, nothing. So it's not easy, but very simple. It's a profound simplicity of being absolutely present in the present moment. In that, when you're sitting there, all this energies of the past, future, fabricated, reified drama suspends, it starts to just settle for a little bit, and then it's just things as they are. Profound acceptance of things as they are transcends these dynamics. Any other comments? Did you find the ego yet? You can always go. We have a couple minutes.
Could you expand on the phrase that you are far beyond a mere argument? Yeah, the last of the third to last sentence.
Which stanza?
It starts much more. If the self nature is no nature stanza.
You are far beyond mere argument. Self nature is no nature. You are far beyond mere argument. Well, I think that's similar to what I was just saying, that we are not this mere fabrication of past and future, this bundle of cravings, aversions, memories, desires, all these things. It's much more than that. And we get little tiny glimpses of that, it's what in Zen they call little Satori or Kensho awakening. There's little tiny even pinpricks of that reality that catch sometimes. You might just be walking somewhere and it might just be, and sometimes it's something very beautiful like a flower, a bird, or a sunset, or it could be anything, light in the water, something. And that something pops through and there's suddenly and all that's suspended in a moment of pure awareness. So that's where self-nature is no nature. You're beyond mere argument, everything. This self-other, so this seemingly dichotomy between self and the experience of objects collapses, it's all unified. This awakening takes place.
Is it, maybe I'm not reading this right, or maybe I'm reading it right. I replaced that with with just, because they use different words frequently with translations. You are beyond mere description.
Sure.
You're not your story.
Yeah.
Is kind of how I read that. It's like you're beyond mere argument, meaning you're beyond description and or your story.
Yeah.
Which is your ego, or would be my ego.
You're passing the ego around.
Yes, I am. You want my ego? I'm done with it. That's it. That's how that felt right for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it talks about lost under paths of ignorance, we wander through the 6 worlds.
Yes.
What are the 6 worlds?
Oh, that's to come next week. but you can look up Wheel of Life and Death, there's like
Okay.
the image in Tibetan Buddhism, and you have the 6 realms, and you have the migration to the 6 realms. We could go on.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's pervasive in all of Buddhism is the idea of 6 realms.
Okay.
And in different schools of that can be looked at in different ways. So we also are we're looking at those as energies and qualities in us also, not just something outside, but inside.
Yeah, like not just places, like,
Yeah, it's not necessarily a geography, but it's an interior
yeah,
geography.
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Any other question? We can continue next time on the same. if you want to come again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.